Ooh yeah, party people in the place to be. What's going on? It's me. I don't know why I'm starting this thing off sounding like Macho Man Randy Savage, but there it is, living on the end of a lightning bolt. That's what we're doing right now.
Anyway, if I'm wearing the shades and if I'm wearing the hat, it must be time for a different world, than where you come from. Season 3, episode 15 of A Different World. Success lies in videotape. Get it? As opposed to sex lies in videotape, it's success lies in videotape. Ooh, yes. Gotta remember this was 8:30 on Thursday evening on NBC in 1990. February 8th, 1990, as a matter of fact. Let's get some housekeeping out of the way and more importantly, help make sure that you guys sync this thing up properly. If you're watching on Amazon Prime on a computer, what you do is you go to the episode, you let it load up, let it load on up, you let it play for a few seconds, hit pause. I'm doing this in real time, actually. Grab the cursor and you slowly scroll it over to 0.0. It should stop on 0.0. Don't do anything else. It should just pause there and stay paused. If you're watching on a device like Apple TV or PlayStation or whatever, open the episode, scroll down past skip intro. It won't show you the menu, but scroll down anyway and you should see X-ray. Click on that. Then at the very top of the screen, you'll see end scene and scenes. Scroll over to scenes. And there you have the opening credits. Scroll down to jump to scene, and when we count down to 1, and there you go. You can go to your X-ray function on Amazon Prime, which should be one of the things that goes up there, right? And you can jump to the scene, jump to scene 105, jump to the second scene after the opening credits, right? That will start at 105 because it always starts at 105 because the opening credits take about 1 minute and 5 seconds to do. Get it? Got it? Good. Also, Patreon.com/TheReal469. That's Patreon.com/TheReal469. Helps keep the lights on at the party. Maybe one day I can go to Warby Parker and actually get these like for realsies instead of just this costume shit that I got one day and had to have them because, you know, I'm a fucking TV mark. There are rules to this shindig, don't you know? It's a drinking game, therefore rules. If Mr. Gaines says, oh my goodness, take a sip. If Ron gets insulted by anybody or shot down for a date by a girl, you take a sip. If Whitley insults somebody, you take a sip. If somebody insults Whitley, you take 2 sips. And you'll hear the dings. Some of them are you know, especially some of the Whitley insults are, you know, could be, maybe not. They're a little gray area. There's an official one that we're going with here on the channel. You can drink however much you want to. I'm not holding a gun to your head. You can drink you can drink an entire bottle while you're watching this, as far as I care. As long as you get fucked up, that's the whole point. If somebody impersonates Whitley, though, that's half your drink. You'll know when that happens. Dwayne Wayne's shades, if they flip up or down, finish your drink. And if somebody says Konnichiwa, finish your drink. Get it? Got it? Good. All right. A Different World, Season 3, Episode 15, Success lies in videotape. Get it all queued up to 0.0. It's going to start. I'm going to count you down. Don't worry about it. Get your drinks ready. I still got my Seagram's gin. Oh, no. All right. Count you down. It's going to start in 3, in 2, in 1, and start. I know my parents loved me. Stand behind me, come with me. I know now that I'm ready, yeah. For I finally heard them say, it's a different world, than where you come from. Yes, it is now. Here's our chance to make it. And if we focus on our goal, You can dish out, we can take it. Yeah. Just remember that you've been told it's a different world. Wow. It's a different world than where you come from. Here we go. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105. Really insult. Ron for sure looks like Morris Day. He for sure looks like Morris Day. There's a Whitley insult. I'm gonna count that. Focus on your goals. Claire ain't fucking around. She's not wrong. I mean, but that's what college is, though, Freddie. That's what college is, though, Freddie. That's why some people don't go, in general. Two of the finest women in the Cosby universe. It's a nice little Whitley insult. No, she's not a graduating senior. By the way, I like how that's a heart camera instead of sharp. I'm gonna say that's. Lord have mercy, Clair Huxtable. But I'm not staying. How I? People, Mr. Gaines is smarter and more good hearted than people think he is. See, this is where the show goes off the rails with Jaleesa. That's very good advice with not keeping to that timetable thing. Oh, we do get a Walter appearance. We get everything. Those bricks are pretty easy to take out. They love talking about Ebony Magazine on this show. They do know we had other black magazines then, right? Like, Jet existed, like, Essence. I'm glad they got Walter in on this episode. I'm glad that they were actually doing stuff with him or made an effort to actually have Sinbad here. I mean, they didn't do the tape. They didn't do the tape thing. Horizon. God damn it. Claire was so cool. She was so good and personable. Her. Finish your drink. Oh, Lord. That's life, son. You better talk fast, boy. Those are two Whitley insults. Stop it. Three go to college. Sandra, Denise, Theo. Claire is not really getting anything on these videos. As if they don't know each other. It's so cool. Even though it's fake. Felicia Rashad is an amazing actress. There's something about Felicia Rashad that makes 22 minutes fly by. There's something about her presence, her gravitas, her syntax, her mannerisms that you just become engrossed in everything she's doing. And that's not just the Felicia Rashad of the late 80s, early 90s. That's Felicia Rashad in general. If you go back and you watch Cosby, the follow-up series, it continues. If you watch her many guest appearances on different things, including Psych, it continues. Her work, she's done a lot of theater work, it continues. Creed, it continues. She just brings so much weight to everything she's doing. So much realism, but yet, like, it's one of these things that, like, in the moment, you're like, oh yeah, my mom or aunt was like that. But then it's over and you realize, no, they weren't. I wanted them to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, Felicia Rashad is just so picture perfect in what she does. I mean, I get it. I understand why she wanted to come back on this show. She had her reasons, obviously. Her sister's a producer / house director on the show, etc., etc. She has a connection on the show. She is one of the few Cosby Show cast members who did come on to a different world. Bill Cosby even didn't actually go to the set. He filmed some early episodes in the first season where he called from the kitchen, but he wasn't actually on the set. It was Felicia that went on the set. It was Vanessa that went on the set. It was Theo that went on the set. Actually, I think that's it. Those are the only ones that have ever gone to the actual set. And the only ones that actually had interaction with the different show characters were them, as well as Denise, obviously, and Olivia and Colonel Corny in that one episode we watched a couple episodes ago. But Felicia Rashad brings so much. She's one. So one of the things you look for in a screen actor is your inability to take your eyes off of them no matter what's happening or what the focus is supposed to be. Sometimes it's not a good thing. Sometimes it is. Jasmine Guy has that. When I'm watching School Days, when I'm rewatching School Days, Tisha Campbell's in School Days. Tisha Campbell is arguably the main female character in School Days. I can't take, and Jasmine Guy is supposed to be one of her gamma rays, one of her sidekicks. I can't take my eyes off of Jasmine Guy. I've seen Tisha Campbell in a lot of stuff, like Tisha Campbell in a lot of stuff. Can't take my eyes off of Jasmine Guy though. Cannot take my eyes off of Jasmine Guy. Dead like me. Can't take my eyes off of Jasmine Guy. In this episode, where we're seeing Jasmine Guy and Clair Huxtable, or Felicia Rashad rather, in the same scene, it's a battle. It's now even again. Where in a lot of ways, on a lot of episodes of this show, it's you can't take your eyes off of Jasmine Guy. Sometimes it's a battle. Sometimes I can't take my eyes off of Cree Summer. Like in the Christmas episode. I couldn't take my eyes off Cree Summer when she was in scenes with Jasmine Guy, flip back and forth, right? Sometimes you can't take your eyes off of different people. Felicia Rashad is just one of those actresses that you can't take your eyes off of whenever she's in a scene because and maybe it's just me because I've done theater, I've got an acting background, I've got a performance background. I look for the little things. I look for, what an actor does when the focus isn't on them in the scene to keep the realism. Where their eyes are, what their hands are doing, whether they're actually taking a bite of something or a sip of something, all that stuff. And Felicia Rashad is just the epitome of acting. She really is, and she really doesn't get her due, honestly, and that's a shame. And she probably won't for a lot of different reasons. But the most important, or the biggest one now that she probably won't get her due is because of her association for all those years with Bill Cosby, unfortunately. But Felicia Rashad is an actress. Felicia Rashad is an actor. And she comes and she brings such a gravitas to this episode that you can't even really describe it. Now, this is one of those things that was really big in the 90s, and it's interesting to see a different world do this. I don't know if I call it a trope so much as it's a style. There's enough of them that it could be a trope, but it's really a style. Or at least here, it's kind of a style where the episode is really, at its core, a character examination. We're finding out more about our core characters on a show. We're finding out more about Whitley and Freddie and Kim by having them sit down and tell us in an interview type setting. This interview that's just dropped in the middle of this sitcom or this show, a drama, whatever, for literally no other reason and no other episodes but this one. It's a trope. It kind of is. That happens a lot in the 90s. Well, I do this, that, and the other, and this, that, and the other. This kind of self-examination of the character. This character self-examination thing. This is one of the earliest examples, at least in the 90s, that we see. Obviously, this is in February 90 that this airs. But this is it's a decent one, and I get what they're trying to do. They've got another 10 episodes or so to go in the season. This is a good kind of midway point to stop, reestablish the characters of who they are, what their goals are, where they're planning on going, at least for the next couple of years, and kind of map out what happens to them. I think they take a wrong turn with Jaleesa, because as we remember, if you watch the show, again, spoiler on a 25-year-old, 30, almost 5-year-old show. Unfortunately, they go off the rails with Jaleesa. They focus too much on her personal life. They have her kind of mire herself in marriage and having a kid and all this other stuff, when they establish her early on and often, and for the most part throughout the show until she actually does get married, as a career-driven, this is my life, this is what I want to do person and character. Now, in life, that shit happens too. People go off the rails. You think one thing and then they're like, actually this, that, and the other. Or I've seen it a million times where somebody, even and especially women, where they're kind of like lying to themselves and other people about what they actually wanted, or maybe they didn't think about it until it happened, or this, that, the other, life happens, whatever. So they do this thing with Jaleesa, and it's kind of disappointing because of what they end up doing with Jaleesa, and we'll get to that when we get to that, unfortunately. But it's a good, well, we do again get a good establishment for Freddie. What does Freddie want to do? She wants to make a difference. She wants to make a difference for her people. She wants to make a difference for the world in general. She wants her life to matter. We'll see that further on. Whitley has no idea what's happening with her. We'll see that later on this season too. Ron thinks he knows what's happening, thinks he knows where he wants to go, but maybe not. And he has a strained relationship with his father. And we'll see that later on too. Dwayne has feelings for Whitley. We'll see that later on too. We'll see a lot of this stuff later on. It'll be interesting to Kim. They see this is an anomaly with Kim, because they make it seem like Kim, Kim gets her shit together. This isn't Kim canon. We won't count this as Kim canon because Kim gets her shit together. We won't count this as Kim canon whatsoever. But this is a very interesting episode. And I sat here gushing over Felicia Rashad for a long time, but she is, god damn it, she is just so good. She is just so good. And the fact that it's really posturing reasons why she may not get roles that she should get anymore, but she should. She should get very weighty, mainstream roles, in more than just black stuff. Particularly, she should never be in a Tyler Perry thing ever again in life. She's way too good for that fucking sellout. Ever. And The Rock means ever. She should never be in another Tyler Perry thing as long as she shall live. Fuck, you are way too good to be in something by that step and fetch it asshole. Never again. Ever again. But, you know, that's just me saying that and going off the rails. I better come back on the rails while you're still watching. Party people, do me a favor, go down there in the comment section and tell me what you think about this episode. Like, share, subscribe. Patreon.com/real469 is where you go to help keep the lights on and everything at the party. Next week, Season 3, Episode 16, A World Alike. Whitley is infatuated with Julian, a handsome, debonair transfer student. Oh, shit. Starting the Julian... hold on a second. I thought Julian was on the show for way longer. This is episode 16. Episode 25 is when Dwayne's mama comes to town. And I don't think Julian makes it to season 4. So we're talking 9 episodes of Julian? That's it? I thought Julian was a much bigger part of this show. Huh. I thought Julian was a much bigger part of this show. Oh well. Julian comes in episode 16 of season 3. Whitley's infatuated with Julian, and some debonair transfer student who is fighting against a company supporting apartheid. Well, another message episode. I thought Julian was in here much longer than this. That's interesting. He's only in here for 9 episodes and that's it? He gets cut out at the end? Because I really don't think Julian comes back. Like, I think that's it. I think season 4 is the Keanu season. And Whitley's chasing Dwayne. Julian is a stopgap. We all know Whitley and Dwayne is in game. But I think Julian is a stopgap first, then Keanu. I thought Julian was in there for a lot longer than just 9 episodes. That's interesting. So, yeah, episode 16. It's interesting. It debuts February 15th, 1990, so the day after Valentine's Day. So they're in that kind of Valentine's mood. That's a good placement for the episode. That's a very good placement for the episode. I like it. So we're going to be watching that next week. We will see you then, and in the meantime, the in-between time, cheers.